Hi guys, and welcome to the GunLocker. Now, as my last video has created a little bit of a stir, and there's been quite a lot of chatter as to why I've excluded some of the rifles from my top 5 PCPs and my top 3 Springers, and that's out of the list of rifles that I've reviewed this year. I thought I'd really put the cat amongst the pigeons and post my bottom 5. Hope you enjoy it. Okay, so I've decided to go with the Bisley Long Range Gold pellets, 5.5mm, and it's quite good actually that the rifle likes these because they're a mid-range pellet with regards to price. So a tin of 500s coming in at £13.99 as opposed to £18 for the JSB Match Diablo Exact. So yeah, that's a pleasant surprise. Now, the idea with the accuracy test is on the A4 piece of paper there are 5 small targets. Now I'm going to put a pellet in each of the corner targets, so bottom left, bottom right, top left, and I'm going to measure the distance from the centre of the cross to the centre of impact, and they will give me some figures to put into my formula. And then the centre target, I'm going to put a group of 5 pellets in there, and I'm going to measure the overall distance and the diameter of the group, again centre to centre on the pellets, and feed that information into the formula, and hopefully that will help me gain a figure for the accuracy rating out of 5 stars. So, bottom left hand target. Safety's off. Bottom right hand target. Top right hand target. Top left hand target. Right, now for the group in the centre target. There's one. Two. Three. Four. Five. So there were 2 out of that 5 that I'm really not happy with. I could see the pellet just dropping and pulling to the right hand side. There you go. And what I will say is that before I carried out this test, I've had the barrel out, I've cleaned it, because it was absolutely filthy. It was full of manufacturer grease in there, obviously protecting the barrel so it doesn't rust, and it would need to be leaded in. But it's got, if you look at the rifling, it's got a very, they're not pronounced lands and grooves. There's a twist to it, but it's not pronounced, so it's almost smooth. But anyway, I'll talk about that more in the build quality. And when you load these magazines, they're really quite nice. They've got a counter on the top. Red signifies 2.2, blue is 1.177, and basically you just pop them in, make sure the pellet is seated nicely, and then rotate it counterclockwise to the left, and keep going until you fill the magazine. Now, if you let the mag release by accident, it just goes back to the last slot that was filled. So you know you know where you're at with it anyway. Nice magazines. I just wish they loaded into the breech a little bit easier, because I have been struggling with this. And there are a few things that I'm noticing now with this rifle, which I'll go into more detail when I'm inside. And I've got to say, they are kind of biasing me against the gun, but as I say, I'll explain more when I get inside. So let's see if we can index or load this magazine properly. So again, we're coming in from the left, counters up, we try and there we go, it's in. The retaining pin is pushed back in and it's ready to go. Just going to put my glasses back on. So right hand piece of paper, bottom left hand target, single shot. So bottom right hand target. Top right hand target. Top left hand target. And now for a group of 5 shots in the center target. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now I've got 1 shot left and there was a flyer in that group, so I'm going to determine the group size with this last shot. Okay, and I'm glad I've done that. Hi guys, right, so I'm out on the range at the moment. Target set out at 30 meters, as always. Got a paper target on the left hand side that consists of 5 small targets, and on the right hand side there's a set of spinners. Out with the Myth, Reximex Myth, .22 caliber. I've really struggled with this rifle to do an accuracy test, so I've had to change scopes because the previous scope, and you'll see this on footage later on, didn't actually accommodate the magazine, the rotary magazine, and I tried to shoot with the single shot tray and that had issues as well, which again you'll see on the footage within build quality. So I'm just loading up the mag now. You guys have probably seen this loads of times, so I don't really need to go into how it's fed or how the magazine is fed. What can I say about it? It's really becoming a love-hate affair with this rifle now. I'd love for it to perform. I'd love for it to do as, you know, all the previous reviews online has stated that it can. In other words, be accurate, have a high shot count. But I'm really struggling. Since day dot when I received this rifle, and don't get me wrong, the guys that sent it over to me from Range Right have done a cracking job. Customer service is brilliant, but the rifle's had issues, you know, and I'll go into those issues in the build quality. So there we go, I've got a full mag now, 12 shots, and what I'm going to do give this my best go. I'll go for the paper targets first. So it loads in from the right hand side, clicks in. Paper targets first as normal, so I'm going to start on the bottom left hand target. I'm a little bit conscious it looks like it's going to absolutely lash it down, but temperature wise it's mild, a little bit breezy, nothing too major, and I'm going to give this my best shot. So let's see how it performs. Safety's off, bottom left hand target. So that's just off the red cross at 230. Bottom right hand target. That shot on the outer ring at 1 o'clock. Top right hand target. So that's at 230, about, say, 3/4 of an inch out from the cross. Top left hand. That's directly at 12 o'clock, but just on the inside edge of the top ring, of the outer ring, sorry. Center target. That's actually hit the cross. So now I'm going to go on to the metal spinners, and we'll go top left first. That's a hit. The middle. Sorry, top middle. That's a hit. Top right. That's a hit. Dead center. So the middle target. And this is actually presenting me with a 3/4 face, so I can't see it all. That's a hit. Bottom left hand target. That's a hit. Now the bottom right hand target is just basically the edge. If I can hit that, I will be amazed, but I'll give it a go because I cannot see any face to that at all. That's a hit. And that's really surprised me with the way that it's acting on the paper. So I've got one more shot left. I'm going to go back to the center target on the paper. And there we go again. It's at 12, but it's just outside the ring. And this is the frustrating part about this rifle. It's just so inconsistent. You know, you can't kind of, it's very difficult to group. The pellets go all over the place. You know, sometimes you think, is it me or is it the rifle? Then it hits, then it's bang on target, and then it just sends a wayward pellet. And issues with pellets that I've had trying to get the best for this gun is just crazy. So anyway, with regards to scores, for accuracy, because of his inconsistency, it's going to be 2.5, maybe 3 stars. I'm not going to give it more than that. Well, the rain is coming in, so I best get myself in.
So how would you or your family cope if you were to die, become terminally ill, or diagnosed with a critical illness? By protecting you and your family when you need it most, our main focus and priority is you, the customer, when it comes to your insurance needs. Our team of protection advisors are extremely experienced, so don't hesitate to call now and arrange a no obligation, confidential appointment. At Insurite, we put you first.
Right, so I've just completed the pellet test, and I've got to say I wasn't particularly happy with the results. Now, the pellets on test were the Crossman Premier Hollow Points, the Jazby Match Diablo Hades, the Air Arms Diablo Fields, the Bisley Long Range Golds, and the Norma Golden Trophy FT Heavies. I'll show you the test card, it'll probably just pop up now. And what you'll see of all of them, I think the Air Arms Diablo Fields performed the best. But as I say, it wasn't great either way. However, for the accuracy test, I'm going to go with these pellets. The magazine, it's a 10-shot mag. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to use one pellet just to familiarise myself with where the rifle is shooting. And then on the piece of paper down there, you're going to see 4 outer targets. I'm going to put a pellet in each one of those like I normally do, and then I'll put a group of 5 pellets in the centre target. Let's see how accurate this is, giving it my best shot. And just to be clear, the targets are out at 30 metres. So the first shot is just to familiarise myself with the placing of the pellet. And what I'll do is I'll use the image of the 5-penny piece to the left of the centre target, just to see how this is shooting. Okay, so now for the accuracy test. So bottom left hand target, bottom right hand target, top right hand target, top left hand target, and then the group. Okay, well there you have it folks, that's what I'm contending with. Now if you've seen my previous reviews, you'll know that that's not the accuracy performance that I like to see in a rifle. It's not my shooting. Believe me, I've tried with this rifle to try and get it to shoot accurately. I don't know what else to say. You know, that's a real life test.
It's a shame because it's a pretty looking rifle, it really is. Looks the part, you know, you'd imagine that it would perform really well, but I'm just not getting the groups. I'm just not getting a consistently accurate result. I've scrubbed the barrel out because it was absolutely filthy. I've spent a lot of time trying to get it to shoot true, and you know, the best of the pellets that I've got, and they're not cheap pellets, it's just not performing. It really isn't. Now maybe it prefers a different type of pellet. You know, I haven't got access to QISs. Maybe it prefers them. I don't know. But with the selection that I've got that are popular pellets, especially with the Diablo Fields and the Hades and the LRGs, they've always performed very, very well with other rifles. I would have expected them to do well with this. So yeah, as you can see, those results are not great. They're definitely not great. It's a shame. But that's just the way it goes, I suppose.
Now this really is a first for me because I've never done a review without showing footage of me shooting a rifle outside. I even waited for there to be a break in the weather, and to be honest guys, it's been horrendous lately. What can I say? Heartfelt feelings going out to everybody that's been affected by the floods in my area. I don't know where you guys are in the country, but here in Derbyshire there's been a few towns that have been hit very, very hard with floods, and there have been thousands of people that have been affected by it. So yeah, heartfelt feelings out to all of those guys that are suffering at the moment. That aside, you know, here to do an air rifle review. So woke up this morning and looked outside. The weather was beautiful, sunny, still, warm, just perfect conditions to do a review. So I scoped up the BSA Lightning, which is what I've got here in front of me. So it's the XL SE 0.22 sub 12 foot-pound version. Scoped it up, took it outside, started zeroing it in, or trying to zero it in, and then failed miserably in getting any sort of a decent group. I mean, groups at 50 plus mil, 2 inches out at 30 meters is just not good enough. And no matter how I tried, what pellets I tried, it was the same. In my mind, that put me off straight away, and there was no way that I was going to film that sorry state of affairs and bore you guys to tears with it, because it was just, to be honest, it was absolutely embarrassing. Now, there are reasons why that's happened. I believe there are reasons why that's happened, and I'll go into that in a little bit more detail as I start to rate the rifle. In all honesty, the rating system is completely skewed because I've got no figures to work to with regards to accuracy and with regards to the pellet test. But I'm going to kind of soldier on, and I'm going to get a review out to you so that you know what you're dealing with if you ever consider buying a BSA Lightning XL SE. I don't know why manufacturers do this, but they give figures that just aren't true. They're basically saying, if you look on BSA's website, they're saying that the barrel is from the breech all the way through to the end here, and it's not. It actually finishes where my finger is. So the barrel itself is only 261 millimeters, where I think they're quoting it as being 300 and something millimeters long. And it's short because this is a sound moderator, so the air needs to circulate around in order to deaden the sound. It does have a 1/2 inch UNF thread on the end, which allows you to fit a sound moderator if you want to, and to be honest, I think you'd want to, because this affair doesn't actually deaden it at all. I'll give you the readings in a little while. So this here is an absolute nonsense as far as I'm concerned. There's just no point to it. There really isn't.
And then let me kind of head back towards the trigger. The trigger, as you can see, is a standard blade, two-stage affair. The first stage travel is okay, it's not too long. The second stage travel is short, but it does take a lot of effort to pull the trigger. And because you're squeezing quite hard, you're not sure when the rifle is going to release. That makes it harder to be accurate, that's for sure. But like I said, I was struggling to even group with this, so you know. Now if you look at BSA's website and you look at their factory figures, you'll see that they quote 12 foot-pound 16 joules for both the .177 and the .22. In .177 they're achieving speeds of 806 feet per second or 246 meters per second, and they're saying that in the .22 version they're achieving speeds of 174 meters per second or 570 feet per second. Now I can tell you now, I wasn't achieving those speeds. It appears to me that there's certain things going off here with BSA. One, the marketing is not accurate. The information that they're providing isn't accurate. For sure the barrel length isn't the length that they were quoting on their site, and I know that the power output isn't the same as they're quoting on their site. Why they do this, I have no idea. Maybe it's trying to entice people into buying the product. I don't know. I really don't know. This is going to be interesting. So as I say, it's a first. I've never created a review without actually filming me shooting the rifle outside and without getting some score sheets, but for accuracy it gets 0 out of 5 stars. There is no way that I would ever take this rifle out to shoot game or vermin with such a spread. It's just, you're more likely to maim the animal than you are to dispatch it cleanly, and that's not right. It's just not right. Yeah, so for accuracy it gets 0 out of 5 stars. It just does. I hate to say it, but it does. Now, noise levels. What's the point of having a moderator on the end of the barrel if it doesn't silence the rifle or if it doesn't deaden it significantly? All of this is surplus to requirements. In my mind, BSA would have been better off giving it a decent length of barrel, still put a 1/2 inch UNF on the end, and provide, you know, or you go out and you buy yourself a sound moderator that will do the job, because this is kicking out 88 decibels. It barks, it really does. The reason why this rifle will never shoot straight is that where the barrel meets the breech, it's loose and it actually waggles. Now, I said to you guys before when you've seen my other reviews that with brake barrels, and I'm never keen on them, because whenever you put a pivot point, a brake point between the muzzle and the scope, when that barrel closes and shuts into place, there's always a chance of some movement, and if there's movement at this point, that's going to be exaggerated at the target some 30 meters away. And there's movement in this. You can actually waggle the barrel, you can feel it move, and each time it does that, it's never going to center up exactly where it was last time. Now, it may not appear much here, but like I say, it's exaggerated at distance, and that's why I couldn't get this rifle to group under 50mm at 30 meters. And if you look at the way that's been constructed, well, basically the locking part of the breech on the barrel has just simply been welded to the underside of the barrel itself. It's not part of a block. There's too much room. It's not the same. Look, I'm going to pop up an image of the Wolfer LGV now, and I've got it to my side here. The difference is, this is one solid lump of metal that the barrel goes through, and there is no movement there whatsoever. I mean, it's solid. German engineering, yeah? They've made sure that when that barrel goes back into the breech, when it locks in place, it cannot move, and that's going to give you consistent accuracy. Whereas this, it never will, not in my mind. It's just a cheap way of doing things, and it shows. The end results show, or in this case, they've not shown because I've been too embarrassed to put the footage out there. I don't want to put my name to it, that's for sure.